All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We got one of the biggest car enthusiasts, YouTubers on YouTube right now. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Demontimemo. Y'all know the vibes, man. We here coming from Indiana right now. So let's get it, man.
All right, our first question. How would you describe the Chicago car scene right now?
Uh the Chicago car scene, I would describe it as it could be lit, to be honest with you. It could be, I think, more lit if it was more so like a thing where everybody came together. But Chicago has always been one of those cities where everybody has to do their own thing. And I just feel like it could be way more lit. But I mean, when I first started doing content, I feel like it was way better than what it is right now. So I'm just hoping that one day that we could all like really, really come together as like a car community and probably like throw like one of the biggest meets ever that's probably ever been seen in the world. So that's like one of the goals and one of the my dreams that I'm hoping one day we'll see.
Nice, nice. And when did you start posting seriously on social media?
Um, I think I started posting serious on social media once I got my demon. I was posting like a little bit here and there when I had back when I had a Hellcat Durango and when I had a 392 Durango, but I didn't start taking it like really serious until about yeah when I got my demon. Like yeah, my demon was like one of the ways I took it started taking it serious.
Okay, okay. And what's one thing people don't see behind the scenes? Like when it comes to content creation or when it comes to maybe building cars, anything like that? What do people don't see?
Um, to be honest with you, I think one of the things people don't see is how much hard work it really takes to be creative. I believe that it takes a lot out of you just coming up with ideas. I think it takes a lot of a support system behind you. I think a lot of people don't see like, what you got to deal with on your day-to-day life as well. So like making content not easy, staying consistent is not easy. I feel like a lot of people think that it's easy. They think that once you get the car, that you could just come out and just make content, but it's a lot more that comes with it. And staying focused, being disciplined in your content too, man, that's like a real big thing. So I feel like that's one of the ways like people don't think about, that's like kind of taken for granted.
Let's talk about what happened to the Hellcat Durango.
So my Hellcat Durango, I was the first person in Chicago to get a Hellcat Durango. But when I got it, I had it for like a month, maybe like a month and a half. And I was coming down Halsted. Uh, yeah, I was actually going to a meet. I was going to a car meet. And a Uber driver ran a stop sign on like right before you get to 99th and Halsted, literally that street intersection right there. He ran a stop sign and ran right into my car. And shit, that's what happened to it. They totaled it out. And that's what happened to it. I was sick. I was with one of my guys, Shot. We was on our way to a car meet. I was meeting up with my cousin, my boy Isaac. We was on our way to a car meet and he got wrecked, like got totaled out. Like it was crazy. I was real upset. But I didn't know that it's crazy because you don't think about those things in the moment. But if I honestly wouldn't have got that, then I wouldn't honestly, I don't know if I'd be demon time more right now, to be honest with you. So I think every negativity, to be honest with you, sometimes our blessings in disguise, we just don't see them.
Now, I know a lot of people in 2026 nowadays want to get into content creation and want to post and think it's easy to blow up and things like that. And obviously, you are probably one of the biggest in the car community when it comes to Chicago. My question to you is, where does your inspiration come from, and what keeps you motivated to keep grinding on social media?
I think my motivation comes from just the love of cars, the love of the thrill of getting behind a car. And just like for me, like as a kid growing up, I was the type of person that collected cars, collected all type of cars, bro. Like I had over 300 some cars, Hot Wheels. So I think that's where my inspiration comes from. Is just I'm in love with cars. Like cars is like one of my that's like my heart. Like if a person really get down and sit down and get to know me, they'll know that I love cars and that like I always wanted the fastest car. So I mean, I feel like that's where my inspiration comes from. I feel like you just when you sit down and you really get to know me, you'll understand like, man, this dude really love cars. And it's crazy because I always thought I was gonna be a mechanic. So that's kind of funny.
All right. And what is one of the biggest sacrifices you've made for your car or for your brand that people probably wouldn't know about, or people don't realize that the sacrifices that come with content creation or being so big as you are?
Man, I think my biggest sacrifice, to be honest with you, I would say that my biggest sacrifice is I want to say sometimes, like I always sometimes feel like it's my daughter. Like a lot of people don't even know that I have a kid. So I would think that, doing content kind of takes away a lot of my time. So sometimes I would say like my biggest sacrifice is like my daughter, like not being able to like get her as much as I would want to. Um, because sometimes you gotta put your blood, sweat, and tears into your craft, and you can't really have time for like a lot of other things. So I would say my biggest sacrifice is just my daughter in that aspect because sometimes I'm not able to make certain things that I would say that she has going on. And it's that time that you want to spend with your child growing up and things like that. So I think that's my biggest sacrifice. I'm not saying that I don't get my daughter, but I'm just saying like I feel like I can have more time with her, honestly.
And at what point did you realize this could turn into something bigger than just a hobby?
I would say that I thought that this could turn bigger than a hobby. Man, I'm sure that's a tough question right there. For real, that's a tough question. I honestly would just say once I got my demon, to be honest with you, bro. I think once I got my demon, and the more like consistency that I put into it, and I started to see the feedback from it, and people will tell me like keep it going, and people will get to start recognizing like my work. So I honestly believe like that's like what made me like, okay, I can really do this thing. It's not so much as a hobby. It's something that I actually just love to really do. And it almost feels natural doing it because, like you said, it is a hobby, but at the same time, I look at it like, it's like a job too as well. So I would say that's like when I kind of noticed it.
Now, question: what's harder, building a car or building your brand?
Uh, Definitely building your brand. I would say building your brand because, people don't see what you see. Your vision is your vision. And I feel like what you try to build, it takes a team, it takes a support system, the people that you hang around, the people that you invite into your circle. In that time, it's crazy because like I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I've been around a lot of different individuals, and I'm still weeding out, the people that's right for me, the people that mean well by me. So I would just say like I feel like it's definitely like your surrounding, the people you surround yourself around. Because at the same time, you want to make content and you just don't want to make content with anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something that's beneficial. So definitely building your brand for sure. Building a brand is tough.
Now, getting more into the Demontimemo brand, do you want to stay an influencer, or do you feel like you want to build this as something bigger than just Demontimemo? Do you want to expand out? What are your plans as far as the future?
To be honest with you, is to just take it one step at a time. Um, right now is to build the Demon Time Mode brand. Um, because at the end of the day, I don't want to stretch myself out too far. So I think it's just taking it one step at a time and then just really seeing what the future holds because you never know, when you're doing this, you open so many doors to meeting so many different people, so I just take my brand and try to use that to meet different people. And then hopefully one day it will be bigger than just the demon time mode. But I'm just taking it one step at a time, not rushing the process, understanding what my journey is and understanding like, the things that I need to get to the next level in my journey with my content.
Now, as we all know, or if the audience doesn't know, you were the first one with a demon in Chicago.
Mm.
How'd you end up with that?
Um, I ended up with my demon, like I guess it goes back to the story with my Hellcat Durango. That's why I said like those are blessings in disguise. It just started when I crashed my Hellcat Durango. I was like, man, you know what? I could have went and got another Hellcat Durango, but I said, I wanted to put pressure to the city, man. I wanted to bring something to the city and share my demon with the city. Like I share my demon with people, and I don't care to like bring my demon around certain areas or whatever the case may be because I like to share it. I like to show people that we can have nice things and we can be from a certain area and work our asses off and we can get somewhere in life. So that just came really just with that situation and I was just like, I want to be the first person to come to Chicago with a demon and just share it with everybody and, bring that to the city, especially where I'm from, where I grew up in Roseland. So it's just like, I just feel like you can just, if you put your mind to something, you can really do it. Like you just gotta be willing to sacrifice. Like I said, it takes a lot of sacrifice and just you dreaming and knowing your vision and what your journey is for real, for real. So yeah, that's definitely how that went.
Now I'm gonna bring it back to when you talked about weeding out those who are good for you and those who are bad for you. As a content creator, and again, one of the biggest, and I'll keep saying it, how is it being able, or how can you tell those who are good for you and those who are bad for you, for those who are in the content world?
To be honest with you, man, honestly with you, it's to me, it's like being a good observer. I mean, you could be around certain people and things of that nature, but at the end of the day, I feel like God always, has a hand in your life. He's able to open your eyes to see certain people for who they are, even though you're not always able to weed them out early on. Sometimes it takes later on in life for you to understand, like this person isn't good for me. But I just keep my faith in God and just hope He continues to protect me and on this journey and to make sure that I'm able to walk this journey the right way and not take any shortcuts or anything of that nature. But it's tough. It's tough weeding out different people that don't mean me no good. If they just want to be around for the thrill of it. So it's just like you just got to pay attention and just understand like certain people really don't have your best interests at heart, and really the people that's close to you be the ones that's really don't really want to see you win. So it's pretty tough, man. Because when you look at it on Instagram, man, a lot of people that like your stuff and that really like you, it's not really the people that you follow for real. It's really like a lot of strangers and people that look up to your content or whatever the case may be. So like that's like your prime example right there. And you look at it like, a stranger is gonna be your biggest supporter. And that's the crazy thing about it.
Now, what changed the most about people around you when you started to blow up on YouTube?
Um Damn, that's a tough question. That's a tough question. To be honest with you, man, like a lot of my guys that I've been around, a lot of them are solid, man. A lot of them I have been blessed to have like a lot of solid guys around me. Um, you know, but you do get those ones that are believe that because you're your homie that they supposed to, feel entitled or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, I really been building this, not saying this I've been building it on my own, but at the same time has been on my own. So what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see the lone nights, you doing it by yourself, coming up with it by yourself. So, some people feel like because they're around you or they're your friends that they are just entitled to, what you have built. In the reality of it, that's not the case. If you want to support somebody, you support them. You shouldn't feel entitled to.